It's coffee time. Iced coffee time. I don't know why. It's not like it's really hot here today. It's pretty even temperatured. It has been a lot better than it was. Remember back when I was complaining about how it was hot all the time? It hasn't been that way for quite a while, and I absolutely approve. It still gets like too hot for me around midday normally, but like overall, it's pleasant to walk outside. It's pleasant to be in my apartment. I don't have exorbitant electricity bills because I am constantly running my AC. Things like this. So I approve, I appreciate it. Go LA weather. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I went on an adventure today because, okay, so pretty much everybody in my life has left me for Pokemon. Like, all my friends, they just, all of them are like, well, I mean, we could hang out, but I really should try to get to the next town. And I'm like, uh-huh, I know, I get it, it's fine. So finally I was convinced that I should just get Pokemon because there are like little mini games in there. And so a couple of my friends were like, I mean, if you're bored, do you want to just like play some mini games? Like maybe get me some punching bags and some cream puffs? And I'm like, what? So I started playing all these mini games to help people like buff up their little baby Pokemon. And I was like, this is silly. I'm very good at those mini games. But I was like, oh, this is kind of cute. It's kind of fun. Like, you can, like, pet them and little hearts show up. And I was like, all right, that's kind of cute. And then I got to, like, rollerblade around from town to town. And I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. The rollerblading is nice. I like that. And so then I finally just went, all right, fine. You know what? I keep knocking it. I haven't played it. I'll just get it. You know what? I'll just get it. So I got it. I bought it. And I didn't realize it at the time, but it matches mine because I got Pokemon Y. And so it's got like the big red bird, Y bird thing on it. And my 3DS is red. So I was like, oh, we're meant to be together. I'm so happy. But the worst part was getting home with Pokemon Y and being like, all right, I've done news. I've eaten lunch. All I have to do now is play Pokemon. That's all I have to do. Now, I have yet to play Pokemon since I bought it. Right now. Like, I'm speaking as the person who exists now, not the person in the story of the past, but the me of now has yet to play Pokemon because I could not find my 3DS. I was looking everywhere. I was like, okay, where could it be? I even talked to Jeannie. I was like, Jeannie, you're the only other person that winds up, like, messing with my stuff, with my consent, of course. So do you have any idea, like, have you seen my 3DS? And she was like, I haven't seen it recently at all. Because, like, for a while, you know, after all of those events that happened one right after another, we were all street passing really hard. And then that kind of died out a little bit. But, you know, the act of making sure that I was bringing my 3DS to work every single day was, you know, petered. It petered. And I hadn't brought it in a while. I was only bringing my Vita and playing, like, Spelunky and whatever. So I was like, all right, I haven't seen my 3DS in a while. Maybe it's in a bag because, you know, I always take it to events. I always take it when I go home, like when I went home to Oregon. You know, maybe it was in one of my suitcases. So I'm like looking through my suitcases. I'm looking through all of my purses because I rotate purses sometimes. Looking through all my purses. Not there. It's not in my suitcases. It's nowhere. I'm looking in pockets. I'm looking in pockets of jackets. I'm like, it's got to be somewhere. So then I look in my car. Not in my car. It's suggested to me maybe it's at work. I'm like, it's not. It's not. I know it's not. I'm positive because the last time I saw it, it was on this couch. I know it. And I was like, where is it? Because I remember so vividly taking both my Vita and my 3DS out of my bag and placing them on the couch. And I remember the 3DS like being on the couch for a while. And I was like, where could it have gone? Where did I put it? So finally, right before I filmed this, it occurred to me that maybe it was between cushions on the couch. I was like, the last place I saw it was on the couch. Maybe it's still on the couch. So I'm like digging between cushions. I'm like putting my arms under everything, and then in the very last crevice that I reach into, I'm like, oh, I was so excited. I was so excited. But, like, that never happens to me. Like, I have friends, and I know that this is very frequent. This is very common. But, like, in between cushions and underneath cushions in their home is, like, a nightmare. Like, there are so many crumbs, there's rings, there's pennies, there's just everything under the sun. There's nothing in my couch. Like, I'm pretty good about it. So I was like, where could it have been? It never even occurred to me the possibility that it could be in my couch. I've never lost anything in a couch that I've owned. Ever. It's just like, huh? It was the strangest thing. So now I can play Pokemon, and I'm very excited about that. I'm also really excited our Monster Hunter video went up today, and a couple of people were like, oh man, I hope that you're not being forced to play more of this game. It looks hella boring. And I was like, what? This game was actually, like, pretty cool, and I'm excited to play more of it. I haven't played more of it since that video, actually, but Buttbag. Buttbag is going to be my princess. She's going to be, I found out apparently there are, like, lots of cat-related items that you can get, and I want all of those. By the time that he and I play again, I want to have all of the cat things. I want to just look like the biggest crazy person on the planet. That's all I want. That's all I want. So, there are cats all over the place in that game. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't shock me at all that there are weapons and gear and things with cat-like stuffs upon them, but, yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited about this. So, it's fun, and it's funny because, like, there's no, when it's a game like that, where people have logged, like, possibly hundreds of hours, maybe 1,000 hours into this game, it's so dangerous to be like, oh yes, well I've played, like, this many, like, this amount of time, because there will be somebody who's watching that will be like, oh, really? Noob? I've played at least tripsies what you've played, and it's just crazy to me. Because at first, like, a few of my friends told me how many hours they had played, and I was like, dang, that's a long time to be playing Monster Hunter, shoot. But then, so some of the people in the comment section were like, I've played hundreds upon hundreds of hours of this game. And I'm like, what? I think that blows my mind. That absolutely blows my mind. But at the same time, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud. But the game is cute. I think that I need to understand how to control better. Like, I realized that, you know, I was very open about the fact that I had literally never played that game before at the time of making the video. But I think I made it look as though the combat is very difficult. Like, it's hard to focus on one thing, when I don't think that's necessarily true. I think I just didn't understand how to do anything like that. So I was like, all right, okay, it's whatever. So I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better. I'm going to make him so proud of me. Look, we're going to get back together and fight things. And I'm going to be Buttbag the cat lady. And it's going to be glorious. It's going to be so great. I don't know when. I don't know how much time I have, actually. I don't know how much time I have to become Buttbag the cat lady. But, what, kitty? Tomorrow morning I'm taking Sherlock to the vet. It's gonna be a thing. This poor guy. He's finally going. I'm glad to take him because I think that it's important. Gum problems. You should not take gum problems lightly. They're bad for humans. It's bad for animals. So, taking him in. I'm going to ask the vet about food, too. Because, like, you know, again, dry food doesn't agree with him. But that drives me nuts because dry food, like keeps their gums better. So, I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. Oh, good job. Good job, Sylph. Spill it everywhere. I already spilled it. There's like a big patch right here, and I'm like, never mind. Now I've spilled here, too. I'm like, guess I'll put it here. It's the last place on this mat that hasn't been covered in curfew. But yeah, I am going to I'm going to lay in bed and I'm going to play Pokemon, and it's going to be great, and I'm so excited. What a wonderful Saturday. But I hope that you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah!